Emergency traffic only, please. Station 58. Any reports, pass along. Emergency traffic only. All right, everybody, going live here. Getting everything set back up again. Let me close this radar out and get this and open back up. Severe thunderstorm warning being issued out for Marshall County. We do have some reports from public and fire and EMS of some trees down in that area due to this storm. So severe thunderstorm warning being issued northwestern Marshall County and northeast Alabama, southeastern Madison County and north central Alabama, and southeastern Morgan County, north central Alabama. At 6:23, severe thunderstorm was located near Grant, or 7 miles north of Guntersville, moving west at 25 miles per hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. Locations impacted include Guntersville, Redstone Arsenal, Grant, Morgan City, Union Grove, Eddy, Lacey Springs, Columbus City, and Lake Guntersville State Park. So severe thunderstorm warning there. We did have a report come out of Marshall County of some wind damage in that area. Going to be related to trees down on power lines. So warning has been issued out for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the velocity. Give me just a second to turn that down. Alrighty. So I'll continue to track this storm out here. Let me get my radar scope back up. And again, I'm not feeling too good because I had a sugar problem. My sugar bottomed out. It went up and then went down. So now I'm just like feeling terrible. So y'all bear with me here. Now, this thing's moving to the west. Looks like it's going toward Union Grove. And get that velocity off. So it's like Holiday Shores and Cottonville area. Could be seeing some damage and winds potentially and some hail. Let's see how large that hail was. Bear with me, I'm trying to stay awake here. 60-mile-an-hour winds and hail, about like nickel size. Nickel size hail, that's correct. Okay. So go ahead and track that. And then also, let me mention this really quick. Got some more development in between Guntersville and Albertville. That's not severe, but that one up north is. Now, there may be another warning. That's some big hail right there. Around Wattsboro, I'm seeing hail possibly the size of golf balls with that storm there. Station 58, all stations, be advised that I'm seeing hail markers that indicate close to $50 to golf ball size hail with that storm that's moving through Wattsboro. It did just weaken a little bit on that latest scan. But there may need to be another warning put out for the Boaz area as that storm moves off to the northwest. There's some pretty big hail in that storm. It's now approaching Sardis City area. So if you're in Boaz too, y'all be aware. This storm may go south of you, but I'm watching it. So Boaz, you know, if you got vehicles, just to be safe, you might want to move them in a garage because that storm did show some signs there of some $50 to golf ball size hail. And that's going to be moving toward Boaz, so I'm not really sure why another warning has not been put out on that, unless I'm overlooking it. So hang on just a minute. There needs to be a warning out on that. And Josh, he's feeling sick, so keep Josh in your prayers. He's probably not going to be on, but he's feeling sick as himself as well as me. So keep Josh in your prayers there. We're both feeling pretty bad today. So Guntersville, Alder Springs, Martling, Asbury, there may need to be another warning out around Double Bridges there, seeing some hail show up in that storm. Union Grove, y'all are about to get some of those winds and possibly some hail as well, nickel size. Now this storm here around Wattsboro, those blue dots that you saw there, that's some very large hail. That's some strong indicators of hail. Possibly embedded close to 1 inch of diameter hail. Now that was a minute ago. This scan here is showing the hail core in between Happy Hill and Wattsboro. So I'm going to say it's weakened down to maybe quarter or a little larger. But a few minutes ago, that thing had some big hail. That was larger than 1 inch of diameter hail. So let me correct myself there. Sorry, larger than 1 inch of diameter hail south of Wattsboro. Now probably around 1 inch of diameter. So around quarter size hail. Again, no warning on that. So anyone in the Sardis City area, y'all get ready. It's going to get pretty nasty there here pretty shortly. So Sardis City area, Happy Hill area, going to be some nasty stuff down there in Etowah County. Now, this is pushing toward Boaz, so we'll wait and see if it actually goes that far north. And it looks like it's definitely going to go right toward Boaz according to the scan I've got here. Get a track on that. And the track has it moving to the northwest, so our current track has it going right through Boaz. Let's see if it weakens or anything. But it's going to come awful close to Boaz. Let me change that color so it don't scare everybody half to death, because when I see a red marker, I think tornado warning. So I think everybody else is going to think the same. So let me fix that color. There we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, Station 90, if you still got that drone up, you're probably going to get a heck of a view of that storm. That's got a big top on it, but hopefully you got it landed, because there's some heavy storms coming through. Yeah, so we don't have EMA online with us at the moment, so we'll do the best we can to pass this information along if we get any. Severe thunderstorm warning. This is Marshall County. Quarter size hail in North Gadsden as of 5 minutes ago, okay?
Yeah, this is Station 90. I was getting some good lightning bolts on video and had to make an emergency landing from the pouring down rain. It just hit me.
Yeah, 10-4. We had some reports of quarter-size hail out of North Gadsden just a few minutes ago.
You never know, it might come this way.
Jason, you're real noisy. I was wondering if there's a net progress. There's not. I'm about to start it, though.
All right, let's join in with these guys. This is Station 58. I will be joining in with the Boaz Albertville Amateur Radio Club on their severe weather
Can't
net.
help it if I'm noisy. I am driving. K84 BJW. This be beginning at Marshall County Skywarn Emergency Net. We're under a severe thunderstorm warning at this time for most of the northern and central parts of Marshall County. Taking check-ins at this time. Yeah, this is.
All right, so that storm down south is weakened a little, so that's good.
November, Chad Boaz.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Uniform November. That's KO4FUN. Name's Chris in Crossville. No traffic. All right, so good news, the storm moving into Boaz is weakened a bit, but there still could be some hail with it. It looks like it's trying to stay just a little south of Boaz, so that one around Sardis City. We'll continue to watch that as it moves in.
4, Bravo Oscar Whiskey. In Martling, we're getting up to quarter-sized hail currently, and it's been coming down for a while.
So our storm's turned into a horse now, looks like. Getting reports of quarter-sized hail in the Martling area in Marshall County, VIA Amateur Radio.
Into fly, WB4BOW. If you get a chance to safely take some pictures of that quarter-sized hail, Michael, that'd be good. Send them to me, and I'll, if you can, send them my phone. If you don't have my phone number, send me an email, and I'll send it to you. Anyway, this is K84BJW. Looking for additional check-ins or any significant weather reports.
Do we have any stations that can relay some information in to the Weather Service by chance, or is everybody tied up at the moment? I know Josh is not available at the moment. I've sent some reports into him, and maybe he could get them into Marshall County EMA, but right now I don't have a relay station for Marshall County EMA or any county at the moment.
KR4FKG, got you on the list.
Nothing in Crossville at the moment. This is Marshall County. I'm tracking these storms at right now. So Boaz, looks like y'all got some hail just to the south of you around Mountainboro and Wattsboro. Thankfully, that's weakened out, but that did have some very large hail in it at one point, larger than 1 inch in diameter, according to radar. But now it's not showing up. But there's been some pretty persistent quarter-sized hail with this storm here. All right, it's Station 58. We'll do the best we can do. Oh, man. All right, I believe our net control operator is getting those reports handled. FYI, I think they're getting them handled. This is Station 58. Be standing by for reports. All right, so seeing hail south of Mount Carmel, north of Smith Shores area. Seeing some embedded hail with this storm. Pretty large area. I mean, this area extends all the way from Mount Carmel to Smith Shores. And we've got more tree limb reports. New warning coming up right now on this southern part of the storm I was just talking about.
Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Marshall County and northeastern Alabama.
Station 58, be advised, all stations, severe thunderstorm warning now. Stand by, let me get that up. Severe thunderstorm warning for southern Marshall County and northeast Alabama until 7:30.
We are under 2 severe thunderstorm warnings at this time. Taking check-ins and or significant weather reports. I will report there is significant ground to cloud lining, and we've had a report in Marlin area of quarter-sized hail.
And we're still getting wind damage reports in here for this, so let me read this out to everybody. Weather Service Office issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Marshall County and northeast Alabama. Let me listen to this report here, see what we got.
I got some pictures. I'll try to get them emailed over to you from my phone. There's some pretty good chunks out here.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. They'll ask me for them, so it'd be nice to be able to share those over with them. So if you can get that to me, or I might find your email when I'm not driving and send you my phone number. It might be easier for you to text them to me.
All right, so getting reports of some pretty large chunks of hail out there, and as expected, as I just said, there's some large hail. It was showing up over 1 inch of diameter a little while ago, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, till 7:30, that warning in effect. Severe thunderstorm located near Guntersville, moving west at 10 miles per hour. A separate severe thunderstorm was located near Sardis City, moving west at 10 miles per hour. Hazard will be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. Locations impacted: Albertville, Boaz, Guntersville, Arab, Holly Pond, Douglas, Baileyton, McVille, High Point, and Horton. As I was talking to everybody down there probably 30 minutes or so ago to be watching this, so that's what that new warning is for. There's going to be some large hail with this, so if you've got vehicles, if you're in Boaz, Albertville, any of them areas, Guntersville, especially Guntersville, Boaz, could have some hail 1 inch in diameter or larger possible, so keep that in mind. There's some big old hail chunks falling out there, reported via amateur radio.
All right, now that I'm parked, the second severe thunderstorm warning was issued because of a severe thunderstorm located near Guntersville moving west at 10 miles per hour.
So this storm here does not have the hail potential it had at this point, but it is still capable of producing some large hail. So this storm here is moving west toward the Doolan's area, Needmore, Whitesville, Union area. That's going to be Union area in Etowah County, Sky Haven Estates area, and Mountain Borough in Etowah County. Now this will move into the eastern portions of Marshall County, looking like toward the Whitesville, Needmore, Douglas, Horton, White Oak, Boaz, Albertville areas. So y'all be aware, there's some big hail with these storms. Then up around Guntersville, Signal Point subdivision, Alder Springs, seeing some pretty big hail right now. Doppler radar indicated some pretty big hail there.
7 miles north of Guntersville, moving west at 25 miles an hour.
And these things are not moving quick.
That one's going to be moving across Guntersville.
This storm is not coming toward Scottsboro.
Lazy Spring, and of course Lake Guntersville State Park, probably part of the storm Michael had earlier. This is KD4B2W next control, looking for additional check-ins or significant weather reports.
This is Kilo 4, Romeo Zulu, Papa K4.
Let's look off to the west with our camera and see if we can't see some of that.
Have P-size hail just moments ago, but it was melted before I could get a picture of it.
That's okay, they only care about it once it gets to be bigger than a dime anyway. But thanks for being there, KD4B2W.
All right, let me get our sky cam up and we can take a look at all this. Okay. Just a second here.
Stacy CK, I would like to mention something on your lineup if you don't mind. Stacy 26, stand by.
Hailing and Boaz, what size hail do you got? All right, go ahead. Okay, where did my sky cam go? Lovely. Okay, so hopefully my stream is not messing up because it has rescaled itself again. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, we can see a little bit of what it's doing anyway. So yeah, pretty good down, some heavy rainfall there for sure. Beautiful view of that storm. It's a pretty big old storm. I can see it good. I don't know why my scaling keeps redoing itself, but every time I end my stream, it rescales itself. So I don't know what is going on with that. But yeah, what size hail you got, Kim? That would, I'll pass that along. Station 26, did you have traffic? Alright, so we do see some hail now. Actually, this storm did pick back up a little bit as it moved over Boaz, so it did produce a little bit of hail. This thing is just to the west of Boaz now, just passed over Boaz. This thing's headed toward the Needmore. Looks like the Brock Road area, the Mount Vernon Drive, Henderson Road, I believe.
This station 26, it's pretty dark out here in my station, and it's still thundering. Station 26, stand by.
10-4, thanks for that.
You're welcome, Station 26, standing by. And it's a lot cooler, too. I'm standing out here in the yard. It was raining, but the rain just quit just a brief moment, but I'm pretty sure there's more coming this way. Station 26, standing by.
All right, so a new storm developing just to the north of 5 Points. That's kind of south of Tanglewood, showing a little bit of hail, and that's going to be moving west. This is developing off an outflow boundary, and it actually went right over our county. Those little storms I was watching around Rainsville, those was actually firing off due to that. But the thing is, the storms we had earlier took a lot of the energy out, even though it is 80 degrees again, and the humidity feels like it's just going to melt you out there. I have to keep an eye on this area here. We got two different areas of storms meeting here, and I don't really like when I start seeing storms move in different directions or colliding together. So I'm going to keep an eye on this area here between Albertville, where these two storms are colliding. But again, they're moving generally in the same direction, so they're not moving opposite to each other, but still going to watch right in there to make sure nothing tries to spin up. Tornado threat, again, almost non-existent today, but we've already seen a funnel cloud. Knock on wood. So I'll be watching that just to make sure those get along as they're transitioning together, which they should. They're moving generally in the same direction. So I do see some potential damaging winds now on top of Albertville. This little batch of area, this batch of wind extends from Albertville northeast toward Hustleville and Double Bridges. So seeing potentially some gusty to damaging winds there and around the High Point area. So yeah, there's those winds. There's definitely some high winds over Albertville. Seen some really high winds via a radar around Albertville, High Point, Corbinville, Hustleville, and Double Bridges area, all moving west. Station 58. Like the tracks across the Union Grove, maybe just north of Arab. Now this is tracking kind of toward the Guntersville area. For additional check-ins or any significant weather. So yeah, the highest winds I see right now are around Double Bridges and Hustleville and Albertville at this point. And also Saratoga, White Oak, and High Point. Okay, let's... It's kind of suspicious. So I'm noting some broad rotation in this storm, just making sure I wasn't seeing things there. But we got some broad rotation in this storm around the Playground Shores and Buck Island Shores area. Station 58, we've got some broad rotation in this storm here around the Buck Island Shores, Playground Shores area. Again, we've got broad rotation with this storm moving through Marshall County. Keeping an eye on that. Where did I say that was at? Poor Josh, he just got on. He's got to be feeling like crap right now, but he just got on. He did see my report of that broad rotation I'm seeing right there. I'm a little bit concerned about that because all the lightning markers that are popping up. So keeping an eye on that. It's around Buck Island Shores area currently. Just some embedded broad rotation there. I'm not seeing nothing that would show a tornado developing or anything yet, but I do see some broad rotation, so I'm just watching it to make sure nothing gets organized with it. But there's definitely broad rotation there with that storm. Pea-sized hail and Boaz. Yeah, I do see some broad rotation there, but I'm not so sure that. Well, it's not anything crazy at the moment. Let's say that, but it's definitely there. So let me get some wind speeds on this. Doppler radar indicating winds. They're not crazy at the moment, so it's really broad. Yeah, very weak, very weak broad rotation. This is more than likely up in the air rotation, but yeah, it's incredibly weak. EMA's taking a look at it. Like we just got through saying, incredibly weak rotation there. It's not organized of any kind at this point, but we are keeping an eye on it just because it's there. But again, very weak rotation with that storm. But yeah, usually when these things collide together, they can get interesting. As you see, the radar is even having some problems figuring out which way it's going, and that's because it is rotating just a little bit. It's up in the air. It's not on the ground, but it is rotating up there. All right, that scan there shows it gone, so that's good. Looks like this last scan shows it pretty broke up, so that area of rotation has now turned into nothing but wind. So that little bit of rotation was there is now not showing up on this scan at all now. So just good news there. Definitely some gusty to maybe damaging winds possible out of this, but that last scan, it's gone. So that's good news. Not seeing it in there anymore. Going back to reflectivity. Yeah, that's good news. Alright, so our strongest area right now looks to be south of Albertville, south of White Oak. Just to the north of Needmore area. Looks like there's an airport there. Horton Road. There's some hail approaching you that could be anywhere between nickel and quarter size or smaller.
This is Katie 4B2 Division Control. These storms kind of can't make up their mind which way they want to go.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We've got Bell that's kind of north of Gunnersville that is now headed mostly south. And one that's right around the Albertville area that's now decided to head south. We'll throw in that we did have some moderate sized hail, but not at the downside here at the office downtown Albertville. I think the more intense part of that is south of Albertville, probably along about the airport about this time.
That is correct.
Maybe just to the east of the airport at this point. In any case, still looking for check-ins or any significant weather reports. Katie 4B2.
Alright, so anybody's got any, you see anything, let me know. Give me a second, everybody. Yeah, I'm live on Facebook. Give me this second. Do we have any reports out of Albertville, Station 58? A lot of thunder, pea-sized hail and Boaz.
This is Station 90 in Albertville. So far, it is just pouring down rain and a few pieces of hail here and there.
Copy that. 90, appreciate that. Okay. Well, there was some broad rotation with it, but at the moment, I all that is gone. The strongest part of this activity is now near Albertville, or actually rather south of Albertville, near right over the airport there, near White Oak and High Point. That's moving off to the west, real slow. And it just weakened out there. 10-4. It's looking like it's weakening out now a good bit, so that's good. Still the threat of some high winds and heavy rain. Yeah, good decision. We're live on Facebook, so this warning gets out of here, and then hopefully I can go to bed. All right, Station 58. Any more stations with any reports? Call now. Yeah, there's some high winds in Albertville and some, and I just now realized you cannot even see Albertville like I can because of the scaling issue. Sorry about that again. Hopefully you can see Albertville now at this point, but still tracking it along. Again, it looks like it's weakening a bit, but there is some small hail that verifies exactly what our report just came through. Just some high winds, heavy rain, and some hail.
90, I'm pretty sure a massive tree behind my house, deep in the woods, just exploded from a lightning bolt.
Yeah, 10-4. I'm not surprised about that. Be careful out there. These things are dumping the lightning down, that's for sure. So, Little New York area. Seeing some high winds there west of Martling. Alder Springs area. Lane area, Rabbit Town, just to the north. Seeing some gusty winds show up in this storm. Get the velocity back up. Seems a pretty good signature. Some potentially damaging winds there east of Guntersville. That's going right toward Guntersville. Let me take a look at it on my secondary radar here. See how high those winds actually are. So Doppler radar indicating about 50-mile-an-hour winds. Seeing some 50s in there east of Guntersville. So possibility of some 40 or 50-mile-an-hour winds east of Guntersville. That's pushing off to the west, kind of northwest toward Guntersville. Station 58 off the radar indicating some between 40 and 50-mile-an-hour winds just to the east of Guntersville. That's moving off. Honestly, they don't know which way they want to go. This one's moving off to the northwest, kind of toward Guntersville.
This is Station 90. I'm getting those winds right now.
Okay, so we got a report of winds right now. 10-4, let me know how high you estimate those to be. I got EMA on direct. So getting reports of some high winds. That's going to be right around the Rabbit Town High Point area, all the way up toward Martling, Alder Springs area. Some very high winds up through there. Seeing it bow out just a little bit, so I'm noticing those winds are kind of picking up a little bit with that storm. It is bowing out just a little bit on that scan. Let's get that velocity back up again. So yeah, right there's where that really the highest part of the winds are at. Get this map to load. Alder Springs, Lane, Rabbit Town, Ladywood area going toward Mountain View, Guntersville Shores, Rayburn area, and Guntersville. South of Little New York looks like the highest signature at this point, wind speed wise. You know, I didn't even know we had people in our area that was 100-year-old. Shout out to that 100-year-old fella that's having something go on there. So shout out to him, because that's remarkable. 100 years old. Shout out to him. But yes, man, who was that shared that funnel cloud video earlier? I don't know if y'all, I'm sure y'all have all seen it by now, but it was sent into our page and we posted it up. But if you haven't seen that funnel cloud photo that was sent in from, goodness gracious, I think it was Caitlin Kahn from Henniger. She sent it in, and it's went pretty viral. I'm sure y'all have seen it by now, but if you haven't, go to my page and check that out. You'll definitely find that interesting. That was earlier today around 2 o'clock. Alright. 10-4 pea-size hail. If you get anything any larger, if it gets up to like quarter size, let me know. But anything larger, let me know.
Marshall County Sky we have thunderstorm warnings out here. One expires in about 12 minutes. The other one expires in about 26 minutes. The intensity of white winds to the south of Albertville has decreased a good bit. Doesn't mean that there's nothing there, but it has decreased, and the storm
It's definitely weakened a good bit.
The one near
The next area where the highest winds I'm seeing is around Manchester, Playground Shores area, just to the west. Good little area. Good little pocket of wind there with that storm. That's going to be south of Holiday Shores, east of Manchester, east of Mount Carmel. That's all pushing in your direction there. So some high wind showing up there too with the storm as it moves off to the west. That's our new area. Okay.
Hey John, I got you on the list here. Got you on there. Hopefully I didn't have too bad weather and your antenna's still up. Canadian 4, appreciate it.
Alright, so I expect these warnings to expire here pretty shortly. It does appear the storms are weakening a good bit, but there is still some high winds in that storm, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Big tree down on your car and cars and Boas. Where's your location at? And I'll pass that over to EMA. Station 58, all stations. We got a report via public of large trees down on vehicles in the Boas area. That was just sent in through our chat, and I also just sent that in direct to EMA, waiting on more information of a better location. Yeah, Morgan, if you could give us a better location, it would help out so much. I would really appreciate it. So that'll be as storms move through, it looks like. Morgan Hill, if you got a chance to take some photos, feel free to take photos and send them in. I'll pass them along. All right, so I can tell you some good news. The storm is weakening on out. That is good news there, but I'm still watching it. I still don't like the way the storm looks. It's kind of, I don't know, it just got kind of an odd look to it. I still think some high winds possible, so I'm gonna keep watching it. But I can tell you the strongest part now is south of Grant, near Grant actually, in between Grant and Union Grove area. Let's zoom in. That's around Holiday Shores area, Half Acre Estates, Pine Shores. Some pretty good downpours there with that. Give me a second, see if I can fix this. All right, so one thing I'll say, be careful if you are traveling in Marshall County, because we have had reports of a lot of trees down, a lot of, trees even being down on some vehicles in some cases, what we just received through the chat. Also got reports of some on power lines, so be careful if you're traveling through Marshall County. These storms have caused quite a mess out there, so, give emergency crews plenty of time to clean them up. Be careful, just be aware they are out there, so be careful if you're traveling out there. Give them plenty of space to get all that cleaned up, and hopefully we'll have some photos in here pretty shortly. Alright, so our severe thunderstorm watch should be allowed to expire at 7 o'clock. So we got 7:09, that watch should be canceling very shortly. Weather Service still got that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northwest Marshall County, southeastern Madison, and southeastern Morgan. That's until 7:15, so 5 minutes from now. Severe thunderstorm located near Grant, or 7 miles north of Guntersville, moving west at 25 miles per hour. Some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, nickel-size hail possible. We have had reports of larger than that. We have had reports of quarter-size hail and maybe some a little bit larger than that. Looks like locations impacted: Guntersville, Redstone Arsenal, Grant, Morgan City, Union Grove, Eddy, Lacey Spring, Columbus City, and Lake Guntersville State Park. That's for the next 5 minutes. Station 58, we've got this severe thunderstorm warning out for another 5 minutes for Marshall County. That is for the northern part. The southern part of the storm looks like another 20 minutes, it says. And I'm noticing something about the severe thunderstorm watch. It looks like it's until 8 o'clock. So yeah, that was my mistake there. That severe thunderstorm watch is in effect till 8 o'clock according to my radar here. So that might have been a little bit of a mistake on my part there. That watch in effect till 8 o'clock. Station 58, standing by. So yeah, that severe thunderstorm watch is in effect till 8 o'clock. So if I said anything other than that, I apologize. There's a possibility. It seems like I said 7 o'clock. So that may have been a typo on my behalf. I'll have to check that out. So still seeing some high winds now around the Grant area. So Doppler radar indicates some gusty winds around Grant. That's pushing on off kind of toward New Hope, just a little bit off to the north there. So Grant, y'all got some very high winds there, maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour showing up on Doppler radar at this time. As for the southern part, all that's pretty much weakened out. So if you're in Albertville, I mean, all of it's west of you pretty much, or it's moving west. If you're in Douglas, you probably got some rain and wind. Albertville, maybe some rain and wind, but it's all moving west. The strongest part of the storm right now is actually over Grant. So it's moving kind of building north just a bit. So around Grant is going to be where your highest winds are at. So right here, even some hail showing up. I'm noting that with the reflectivity here, a little bit of hail showing up in that.
KD4 beaches in control. Michigan Sky 1 emergency net. Right now we are still under 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. One is set to expire in about 10 minutes.
So another
part of the county.
few minutes, this warning will be,
One
of the warnings will be canceled.
All the way to the west. The cells really haven't moved very much, but they have dropped a little bit in intensity. And we'll see what the National Weather Service wants to do with that. The other severe thunderstorm
All right,
warning,
Morgan, yeah, if you got photos of that damage, feel free to send it in and let me know if I have permission to share it with EMA, and we'll share it.
Heavier precipitation. The storm is kind of between Albertville, Gunnersville to the west. It'll probably track mostly toward Arab, Union Grove here shortly, but they're moving slowly to the west as it goes. So we'll stick with it and see what we got. But I am still looking for additional check-ins for any significant weather reports. KD4 BT6.
Yeah, Morgan, if you're watching the stream, can you give me a little better location of where that damage was at? Just an estimate. You ain't got to give your exact address or nothing. Just give me a closest area, like where you might be near, besides just Boaz, or is that literally it? Messenger is unavailable too. That I've been getting that a lot. I don't know why it's doing that, but I've been getting that a lot. It says Messenger is unavailable. I don't know why it's doing that, but I've been getting that a lot. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. That is crazy. Go on my Facebook, on my weather page, and see if you can comment underneath one of our posts. Now, let me see. I'm going to put a post up on our page. Messenger is having some issues, it looks like, again. Okay, so yeah, I just posted up, so go check that out on my page where it says comment here for damage photos, because Messenger is having some issues. You can comment and put your photo right under there, and I'll check it out. Okay, Henderson off of 205. Alright, so we're hearing that wind damage is going to be around Henderson off of 205 in Boaz. Going to be tree down on a vehicle. Okay, so fire department's already there, so they've already called it in. Thanks for letting me know that. But yeah, hopefully you're safe. I'm glad you got out safe there. Yeah, I just told EMA to cancel on that because, yeah, fire department's already there, so they've already reported it through EMA. They already know about it, so yeah, it's all good. Hopefully everything's safe there, though, and everybody's good. But yeah, be safe. Hopefully, you know, hopefully you had full coverage insurance on your vehicles. I hope you did. That way you can get your vehicles repaired. I know that's gotta suck. Beyond that, I would be very, very upset if that happened. All right, so the northern part of that warning was canceled out. So just a strong thunderstorm now produces some high winds. That's moving toward Union Grove, Cherokee Ridge area, very slowly moving just to the west of Guntersville. We got some weak stuff. I don't even see the need for the warning anymore. I don't know why it's there, but It's there for a reason. So another 13 minutes on that warning. I figure it'll be dropping shortly, and these things will be moving on out of Marshall County. And then we'll get the newest outlooks up for tomorrow. I do believe there is another outlook out. Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure we've got an outlook up here. Okay, so yeah, we do have another threat of severe thunderstorms on Thursday. So let me go ahead and share this graphic with all of you that are hanging out. We're not done yet. So another round of some severe storms possible tomorrow. Let me take a look at some of this new imagery coming through. All right, give me just a second. I'll share this up. All right, so ignore that. None of that's correct. Just ignore that. Pretend it's not there. All right, so this is our new outlook for tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center has DeKalb, Marshall, Jackson County under a level 2, slight risk of severe storms again tomorrow. Primary threats, again, about a 5 to 10% risk for large hail. About the same for damaging wind. So we'll have to watch again tomorrow as we get more showers of storms moving off to the west. And again, some of those could be severe. So there is another risk of damaging winds, hail, all that fun stuff again tomorrow, unfortunately. But as the sun goes down, the severe threat for tonight will wind down and it'll end. So just a heads up there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out to our sponsors here, RKG Automotive Group. If you're looking for a good vehicle, go check them out. New vehicle, they've got a lot of good vehicles. I've seen a lot of them lately. Go check them out on Facebook, and you can give them a call at 256-323-7323 for more information. And also, if you need some photography done, got a family wedding, family event, family gathering, or just need a photographer to take some photos. I mean, hey, go check out Sammy Brook Photography. You can check her out on Facebook. Go give her a like, and great prices on photography. And she does an amazing job. Go check out her work. I actually follow her myself. She does amazing jobs on photography for weddings, pretty much all kinds of events. So make sure you go check her out as well on Facebook and give her a like. So we'll go back here to our radar, and we'll keep tracking. Looks like the warning was just canceled out on that storm. So we'll go ahead and pretty much get ready to wrap this up. That's going to be the end of it there. So thanks so much for joining us. Y'all have a great evening. Hopefully this is the end of the severe weather today. I believe it is. But we got more coming tomorrow. So that being said, have a great evening. Be blessed out there. Be safe. We'll see you on the next update. Thanks, everybody.